had gone on to this diet tribe earlier, and I realized that I'd gone on about 15 minutes of talking, and it wasn't recording. It was recording, but it was recording like, what's that called? It was recording like a time lapse. So you can like, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. June 18th, 2020 is the day that I left Utah. My car packed, the kids and I were sitting there hugging and kissing and crying. When I made a journey, I left onto a journey, however you want to say it, to Alaska. Now Alaska, it's not like you can you climb a mountain and boom, there's all your answers to life right there. That's not how it works. I came to Alaska because I needed to change. There were a lot of memories in Utah that I needed to get past. And I'm glad I came out here. There's a lot of things that I've learned about myself since I left. I learned that I'm not broken. I'm not damaged goods. But I went through a trial, a pretty big trial. I ostracized some people, and I really feel bad about that. But at the same time, it's something I needed to do for me. I needed to get out of that valley of, pain and sadness and disappointment. We all go through that. And to say that we don't, or you don't, take a hard look, man. You've noticed there's good days and bad days. And I knew the bad days, and I knew the good days. And, I did a lot of growing. I got out of that valley. And I would say I'm just not getting out of the valley. I mean, life obviously is a series of peaks and valleys for all of us. And mine was this peak and this valley I've been getting out of was a pretty deep one. And I think it's affected me more than any other valley I've been in. But that's okay. I'm a lot stronger now, because anytime you got to climb out of something, you have to exercise faith and muscles and strength, and you have to plan a way out. And the biggest thing to do is, even though I left on June 18th, I'm gonna find my way back home. That's my goal. Anytime I leave this house to go on a hike or an adventure or whatever you want to call it, my end game is to walk back through that door. And it's not over when I get back to my car and I drive home. It doesn't begin until I've closed the door behind me and I moved on to my adventure, reach that midpoint where I decide, you know what, it's time to go home. And once you decide you've hit that midpoint, or that time to come home, you need to find your way home. And for me, I don't think I've hit that midpoint yet. As much as I wish, I really want to hit this midpoint, but I don't think I have. I think there's a lot more adventures to learn or to see and experience. But I know that adventure or this journey or this lesson that I'm learning isn't over till I get home. I've got to find my way home. And it's not an impossible thing. It never is. Every time we leave our house, we hit a midpoint and we come home. When we come home, we can rest, we kick our shoes off, take a bath, eat some food, go to bed. I'm just happy that I can look out this window and just be excited to see that there's stuff out there that I need to discover. And you do too. I'm not the only one on this journey. I'm on my journey. We all have journeys, and we all have lessons in life that we're continually learning every day. And it's up to us to determine when's that midpoint and when do we find our way home. I have a house here in Alaska. It's an apartment, I guess you can call it that, whatever. And I live here. Right now it's my house. And it's feeling more like home. Even though I'm inside, I'm fighting it because I would rather be around people I know, friends, family. But I haven't hit that midpoint yet. I'm still reaching out, traveling out. And much like a boomerang, once it's thrown, it hits a midpoint and comes back. When I come back through that door and I open up a new door, I'm excited to what I'm going to bring. I really enjoyed being here. Really enjoyed being me and learning me. I mean, I discovered that I like stuff on my walls, which is silly, but whatever. But here's what I have on my wall. I've got a picture of a moose. I didn't take this picture. Nope. And a picture of a glacier. You can't see it, but it's a picture of a glacier. And I have a picture of Christ. And I found each one of these at a Goodwill in Alaska, in Anchorage. And I thought it was kind of funny because I want something that's totally Alaska, something that I haven't created, and something that will motivate me and inspire me. So those are the pictures I found, these pictures here, and I really enjoy them because it's just a simple picture of a moose. You look at him, just sitting there. And this is an old picture. I don't know who took it. It was $3 at Goodwill. And here's a picture of a glacier and a mountain. I don't even know what mountain that is. But there's a glacier there, and it's really pretty. And the picture of Christ. Then I think, what is something that really I need to see to tell myself every day? And I saw this. This could not be more perfect of a message I need to see every day, because life is good. Life is wonderful. I woke up this morning. That's great. And you did too. So that's my journey. That's the journey I'm on. And we may be on separate journeys, and we may cross paths every once in a while. But today is a good day. Tomorrow hasn't been here yet, but it's going to be a good day too. Even if it hurts, it's going to be good, because it's going to be something, that pain is going to teach me something. It's going to teach you something about you and how you handle it and how you get through it. And you will get through it. I've gone through life for 40 years so far. That's pretty damn good. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And you know what? You're going to be good too. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to learn so much in life that that is, every day changes you. I'm so excited for it. I look back at the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, back to the, COVID and all that crap. And as hard as it may have seemed, despite all the crap that's going around from the world, I look at myself, and you need to look at yourself, and I say, you know what? What have I learned? A lot. Could I put it into one little video? No. I'm not even going to try. But what I am going to say is that I look at myself every day. I do it before I go to bed. And this is something I learned at work. It's called reflection. Before you go to bed, while you're getting ready for bed, turn off everything, put everything away, sit down, before you say your prayers, and think back on the day that I just lived. And I think back and say, what did I do? What choices did I make? And did I do it right? What could I have done differently? And what was the other one? And what if you could do it over again? Would you do it? And obviously, sometimes there are things that we just don't want to do. We don't want to go through, and we make bad decisions, and we get caught up in a moment. We all do it, and we're just kind of embarrassed by the decisions we make. But you don't have to be. I mean, you can be embarrassed. It's fine. Being embarrassed is just part of being alive. We experience all these different emotions for a reason. It's to help us grow and learn and find out what's comfortable and uncomfortable. Anyway, I just know for me, every day, I look back and I appreciate the decisions I made, and I think about how it affected me, and if it affected other people, and how, and if I should do it differently the next time. That's what I gotta do. I'm gonna post this video on not Facebook, but on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna start doing this more often, just because I need something. I need an outlet to get my emotions out and some of my feelings out, and that helps. That helps me. That helps Clayton cope with life. I mean, if you follow me on Facebook, you're gonna know I put a lot of stuff out there on Facebook. I put a lot of my things out there on Facebook because I know I'm not the only one going through hard times, and sometimes, what has helped me before is when I've read that passionate message from somebody who's hit that wall in their life, and they're expressing it through words or whatever, and it gives us that little window into their life and how they coped, and if they're coping, and how they're struggling, because then it helps me know that it's possible to get through it. And I want others to know that it's possible for them to get through things too. And that's why I post a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of really deep emotional things about me and my feelings and my thoughts on Facebook, because maybe somewhere someone needs to see that, or would like to see it, or just needs to know that there's somebody else out there hurting, or experiencing life, or having a good day, or whatever. I want to be that inspiration sometimes for people. Sometimes we need somebody else's inspiration. Sometimes we need it to hear that life is freaking hard, but we can still get through it. And if you woke up this morning, guess what? You got through it. You got through yesterday. So, to my friends, I love you. To my family, I love you. And the funny thing is, for me, being a friend, that's a big deal. When I was growing up, I had brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest of 5. But when I was in my impressionable years, my preteen, teens, and through graduation, my sister, my brother and sister, my youngest older brother, and my older sister, they kind of they'd all basically gradually left as I got older, obviously, because that's what older siblings do. When you get old, you leave the house and go start your own life. Nevertheless, when I grew up, 14 to whatever, I relied a lot on my friends, and had a lot of them. It's funny because I had church friends, which I love, and I have my neighborhood friends, which I love. And it's funny because we've all gone our separate ways. Some of us haven't made it this far, and I miss them very much. Excuse me. But I look at the life that they lived, and I think maybe I could have done a little bit better with them. Maybe took them under my wing a little better. Now I know I can't control people, and their feelings and thoughts and everything like that. None of us can, but I don't want to get. When I lose friends, whether physically or we just decide to move on and stop communicating, or we just inadvertently stop seeing each other or whatever. It hurts. But life goes on. You have to adapt. I have to adapt to life without others sometimes. Sometimes it's for the better. Sometimes it's not. It is what it is, right? So, I'm going to put a conclusion. I'm going to conclude here. I've said a lot today. And yeah, I don't think anybody's been listening to this or read or watch this or whatever, but whatever, I don't care. This is for me. This is my therapy. But I do love you. If you get a chance to watch this, I hope you're inspired. You're inspired to be better. Know that there's a way through these valleys, these peaks and these valleys and these plateaus. Just make sure when you get on a plateau, you're on a high place, so you have a good view of life. You look back, you remember the good things, remember the bad things. But don't stay looking. That's where it's at.